Man City have signed Donnarumma on deadline day. My goalkeeper, 6'5" Italian stallion, rude boy.
Italian stallion.
You know what I mean? I ain't go. This guy's gonna stop everything. You think he can stop the Titanic, rude boy? He's gonna stop everything. My goalkeeper, Edison, legend for the club, but Donnarumma's here. GG, welcome to Man City. The summer transfer window 2025 has ended, and it's been the most spent transfer window in Premier League history, with 3 billion spent. That is madness. I think that's more than all the other leagues, top 5 leagues in Europe put together, which is crazy. Like, what? Like, the amount of, it's because the Premier League has the most TV money more than any other league. The broadcasting rights they have is clear. Like, the money they rack up is crazy. The wages, everything. It's like the revenue they have is gone. Other leagues need to study what the Premier League does and emulate it, because it's worldwide, it's global. That's why it's global at this point. But yeah, big up for like the teams that actually went out there and spent it, because there's been a lot of teams, they go out and transfer window and they plug in a couple gaps. But I feel like this summer teams actually went out there and went, let me fix everything, like not just couple gaps. And I will say first I want to talk on Liverpool, yeah, because I spoke about this. We did a transfer video at the start of the summer. You can go and watch that, it's on the channel. And I spoke about Liverpool. They've not just come to do what they done 5-6 years ago, where they won one league, they won one Champions League, and they stuck with the same core. They've gone, we've already won the league, let's cement this and make this a legacy. They've already won the league, and they're adding players on top. Like Alexander Isak, who literally, the way he tried to get himself out of Newcastle, this guy was acting like he was in jail doing 25 years to life. You know what I mean? No training on his own. He doesn't want to chat to no one. He's putting out messages on social media like, these men did you day. All they did was give you a contract.
I think when Newcastle lost the game, he put like laughing emojis on his story.
No, I think that was fake. I saw that. I mean, you wouldn't do that. That's fake. That was fake. But do you get what I mean? The way he went out of that club, I think, I'll be real, I think it wasn't too bad. We've seen a lot of players do this in the past. I think what made it bad was when he said, I'm not going to train again. And I'm not coming back. He literally said, I'm not playing for the club ever again. I think that's what pissed off Newcastle fans. And if you look at the season he had last year, that was disgusting. In the FA Cup, in the Carabao Cup, he was mad. Like, he was ripping teams. And that's the thing with him. It's not just his goal scoring, it's his technical ability. He can even play on the wing. So when he signs for Liverpool, him switching with Ekatike, I've heard about that, where both of them can play wing and striker, so they can just switch around with each other. And then you've got Salah on the right.
That's cheating. It's literally cheating.
That's cheating at that point. And then they've got a new left back for Robertson. This is what good clubs do. They don't sign players when they're completely dead, like you lot. You don't get rid of players when they're completely done. You get rid of players when you can see they're on that downward trajectory. Robertson isn't completely finished, but he's not at that top level anymore. And they went out and bought the new left back they needed. They went out and bought a new right back to replace Trent straight away. That was at the start of the summer in Frimpong. And like, worked. What a signing. Like 120 something mil for Wirtz. He hasn't performed in the first 2 games, I wouldn't say. He hasn't been horrible, but he hasn't been great. But what a player. I wanted him at Man City. That guy is a baller, man. But yeah, I don't want to talk about Liverpool, man. There's scary times out here. It's really scary. Let's move on to Arsenal, who have signed Gyökeres. They needed a striker after they signed Havertz last year, and they didn't really have a striker at the club. They've had Jesus, who is a striker, but he don't do nothing up front. They had Havertz, who plays wherever, but yeah, I mean, I don't trust that brother. I really don't trust that brother, and I hate him as well for what he did for us at Chelsea in 2021 when he won the Champions League and scored that jammy winner. That was that goal was that disgusting. Yeah, but yeah, he wasn't good enough, and they went out and got the Swedish international Gyökeres from Sporting Lisbon, and this guy with this celebration, I hold the thing. If I see one more year, I'm seeing grown man running down the road like this on social. I'm seeing man walking up to me doing this.
What are you saying if he's going against Man City?
He's not scoring against Man City.
You're going to crash up.
He's not. I told you, guys think they're Haaland. You're not Haaland. You're not the main nine. You haven't broke records. You don't know the Portuguese league, boy. Relax. You got 2 goals, calm. One of them goals is decent, but the touch is looking heavy. It's looking like a Rasmus Højlund thing. Yeah. They signed Zubimendi to replace Partey. They signed Eze, who they stole from Spurs, and they needed a number 10, a backup option to Odegaard, because last season when Odegaard isn't there and he's injured, even when he is there, he's not performing sometimes. But when he isn't there, where's the creativity coming from? It's just coming from Saka crosses and corners. That's it. But even the Saka crosses, who is it targeted to? Because Havertz wasn't great in the air.
Well, we own it, that's it.
No, but I'm saying that's a corners. I'm saying like actual in play. That you're struggling to get goals. Do you understand what I'm putting Moreno up front and stuff like that? So they needed a 9, they needed more creativity. Hopefully they play Eze enough and they play him in the roles he's actually needed. Not in the wing or wherever, like play him where he can create. That's where you need to play him. But yeah, I think they've actually gone out there, and for once, Arsenal, I feel like every year people go, oh, Arsenal haven't done what they needed to. They've actually done what they needed to, I think, this year. What have they missed out on other than that? I don't think they've missed out.
One thing I can say is they finally got the striker now, so there was no excuse.
No.
Because they never usually get that striker.
They already last year there was no excuse, but people say they haven't got the striker they need. That's the club's fault. Because it's not because they haven't got the striker they need. No, they signed Havertz, they signed Jesus, they flopped on the signings. That's why. So it's not that you haven't got the striker, like they've been dying for a striker. Yeah, they have, because you signed rubbish strikers in the past. So he has to perform. He has to. But yeah, I feel like it's literally for Arteta now. We're getting to the end zone. Do you get what I mean? It's either win the blood clot thing or fuck off.
It's now or never. Right.
Yeah. And then next we're going to talk on Manchester United after they beat Burnley 3-2 in the last second, and they got smacked out the EFL Cup in August by Grimsby Town. Go on your transfer window.
I'll be honest, we stink. But yeah, in terms of the transfer window, in terms of who we actually signed in Bromo, Sesko, I'm not sure about
Benjamin Tesco, Nildo.
Those 3 in Burma and Cunha, I'm very happy with their signing. They'll come good because they know this league.
They'll come good. No. Clip that.
They know this league. Yeah,
clip that.
They'll come good. I'm not worried about him or thing. This Sesko, you know, I don't know for him.
Tesco.
I'll be honest.
Tesco Mildo. Yeah. Potential, Mr. Potential.
Mr. Potential. He looks stiff. Obviously, he's barely played, isn't it?
Why? He looks what?
He looks stiff. And lanky.
Yo, look at the thing.
You can't say anything.
Stiff and lanky.
He looks stiff and lanky, yes.
Oh.
Even before we signed him, I was not keen on him. 14 goals in the Bundesliga.
Big up Roy. I wasn't keen.
Yeah, I wasn't keen on him. 14 goals in the Bundesliga is nothing to shout
about. The bum league, that's what I'm calling it, the bum league.
Looking Werner got like 20 goals there. Yeah. And he's a bum.
How many players have come to this league and stank it out, innit? There's so many strikers and attacking forwards that have come to this league. They've played well, like Pulisic, like Sancho. They played well in that league and they've come and stank it out. Obviously there's been good ones, Sane, De Bruyne, Haaland. But I feel like a lot of them players, they would have performed regardless, wherever league they went to. That league with the high line and you're just running through. Why only got like 25 goals?
So I said.
You know what I mean? So we'll have to wait and see.
I'm not sure about this year. I'm not gassing them up or anything, bro. In Burma though, I think he'll be our player of the season. 20 goals last season, Prem proven. He's already scoring goals even though we're shit. We're still going to be shit. But I think he'll bag
Yeah.
20, 25 goals, all
I
competitions.
think another thing we need to talk about is between our clubs, the goalkeeper situation that's been going on. So we what we've done is we brought in Trafford, who was meant to be the second choice to Ederson before Donnarumma had this disagreement with PSG, and he was starting actually. So I think Pep brought him in to challenge Ederson. But as soon as we heard the rumours about Donnarumma leaving PSG, that's when we benched off Ederson and we started Trafford to start. He's been playing well. He's made a few mistakes, which is normal to be playing for a top club. Of course, he's played in the Premier League before. He's played for Burnley last season, and obviously they got packed in, and it wasn't his fault. He can't do everything. He still played well when he was there, but you can't save everything. You know what I mean? But he has experience in the Premier League. He's still a young keeper. He has not played at the top level, so of course he's going to make one or two mistakes. But it is sad for him because he was growing. And he played, even though we lost against Brighton, he played really well on the weekend. He saved us a lot of time. His shot stopping, I think, right now on form is better than Ederson. So it was a good improvement. But we've gone and got Gigi Donnarumma. You're done. Trafford, sit on that bench right now and let the big boys talk. You know what I mean? This brother has just won the treble. You remember what you did to England, yeah? Big up my black kids, yeah? But you made the racist man come out, do you get what I mean? Because he locked up all the penalties.
Hey, remember Benucci's celebration?
Yeah, do you get what I mean? Benucci and them, man. He locked off Saka, he locked off Rashford, he locked off Sancho. Do you get what I mean? So, my man knows how to say, he locked off Nunes, he locked off all of them. The penalty shot stopping is crazy. This guy can win games on his own. So, of course, there's still talkings about the type of goalkeeper he is and how he can kick with his feet. But I think that's minor, man. We needed a shot stopper because some of them shots last season were out of control. You had your two goalkeepers for the season, but what happened?
So basically, we both have two spastics in goal. One mistake every game, guaranteed, minimum. Both of these idiots.
I think you put me in goal.
Honestly, you would do a better job. You can at least dive.
A good question. Who's more funny?
No.
No. Ballon d'Or. I call him Ballon d'Or. You get me? But what am I seeing? What's going on? Butterfinger, both of them. And did the club put butter on their gloves when they come out to play?
Another thing about Onana, this guy never comes off his line. Bruv.
But you're saying
what's going on?
You're saying he doesn't come off his line. What does he do? I don't know what he does. What does he do?
He pounded down. That's what he does. That's why he's fat, bro.
How can I say he's fat?
93 kg in goal.
So you've been fed up with your goalkeeper, so you got to sign. Last day, they panicked and they had to buy another goalkeeper. Last second, he's his brother.
Let's just call him Lemons.
Lemons.
When life gives you lemons, you make lemonades.
You guys trying to bust jokes like you haven't signed another bomb.
Let's be honest.
Belgium.
This is Courtois from Timu. Bro. All I've seen is this guy in the Belgian league.
You know what I need to do with this guy? This guy is a young keeper developing. You know that meme there? I don't know what I've got myself into. You don't know what kind of shit you've got into, mate. Your career is done.
Danny Dyer.
You're gonna have carriers movements. You're gonna be sent off, yeah, to the fucking Besiktas in 3 years. After they've absolutely rotted your career off. That club is dusted.
Yeah,
done and dusted. Yeah? And let's talk on your ex-manager. What's happened with him? Two games. Two games at Leverkusen and he's been thrown out the door. What's going on? Max running. This is EastEnders. You have to put the theme tune. The guy's being sacked. Yuck. And I feel sorry for him, man, because at Ajax he did a decent job.
Yeah.
He's come to Man United now, and it was a calamity. I'll be real. It's better than what's going on now.
In all fairness, he won trophies. I'll give him that.
Even though the football was disgusting, but the first year he wasn't bad. So he's gone over to Leverkusen now, and they've sold the whole squad. They've sold the whole core. They've sold everything. Yeah, nothing left. There's nothing left there. That's what he's done. He's on the Max Brennan.
Ian Bill.
That's the Ian Bill. He's on the nothing. There's nothing left, and I think he's bugged out on the board. I heard he had a game where he lost 5-1 in pre-season, and he said to the club, "It doesn't matter, it's pre-season," and he's just beefing the club, and they said, "Fuck out the door." Do you get what I mean? You're done. Job sent times. Yeah. So now he's on the transfer list. Yeah. So that club there, your club is just circus lads. I don't even want to get into your club.
He only got sacked to Mourinho as well.
Yeah, but. Only sack Mourinho sack. This is what you do to man. Just cursing man. Yeah. Well, yeah. This transfer window's been crazy. One last thing I want to talk about is the player power in this transfer window. What you've seen from Isak, what you've seen from players like Wissa who got to move to Newcastle. Like, what's going on? Like, the clubs can't tell their players, you got a contract, stick with your contract. Just throw your toys out the pram, say you're not turning up to training, and you get your move. What is this? Like, I get it, but why sign a 6-year contract last year, Isak, if you know you're going to leave this year? Do you get what I mean? Like, it's weird, man. Like, even these players leaving on frees, even the Donnarumma thing. Donnarumma wanted more money from PSG. They said no, so he said, I'm leaving. Do you understand my point? Like, these players, I think they got too much control and stuff. Like, you can't be telling, man, imagine you're at your normal job, you're telling your manager, I'm not turning up because you haven't given me this and that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. You're employed by the club. You have a contract. Obey the contract. But it shows. Look at this players like Mark Gay, who did the right thing. Very respectful. Didn't push the move. Said he'll be here, and he didn't get his move to Liverpool. Obviously, he could get it in January. He could get it next year. But you know, sometimes when opportunities go, you could get an injury. You know what I mean? They could go for someone else who's performing.
Apparently I heard it because they didn't have backup for Gay. That's why he stayed, I think.
Yeah, it's because Crystal Palace were meant to sign someone. They didn't get that signing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Gay couldn't go. And Joe Gomez was supposed to leave Liverpool if they signed Gay, but he's staying there because they didn't. So, yeah, so it's like there's a domino effect. You have to, even Isak, the only reason they let Isak go is because they signed that new German striker. If they didn't sign my man, they probably would still be there. And that's the only reason Wissa could go. Because they needed someone to replace Isak. Do you get my point? So, it's mad. Like, these players are getting more and more control.
They think they're bigger than the club. That's what it is. Yeah.
And it's like disrespect to clubs that have built you. Like Wissa, no one knew about him before Brentford. He got promoted. You've been there for years. And, like, you know what I mean? You might go to these new clubs and flop. I know you have no core fan base to support you. Your old club hate you now. But yeah, I think it's been a great transfer window. Bare players going all over the place, especially in the Premier League compared to other leagues. I didn't hear that much noise outside of the England, other than like Diaz, the Bayern players, Diaz and Nicholas Jackson from Chelsea. But yeah, I'm excited for this season. I wish we signed a centre-back. We got rid of so many players. KDB, Akanji, Edison, Gundogan. Do you get what I mean? This is Walker, the core of Man City. Like, this is a treble team we've got rid of. I wish we signed a couple more dons. But especially defensively, centre-backs. Because I feel like if we get a couple injuries, we're finished. But I'm excited for the year. I feel like we had a rocky start, but I feel like it's just new players learning the system. A lot of new players. So give it some time. I think we'll still be in there. I feel like we can give it a go. Hopefully.
I'll be honest, I think you lot will get further than that.
Oh, shut up, man. No,
I'm being realistic. With the team that you have.
Let's talk on you, man.
Not better
where you going? Where you going?
I just want to see a better football team. We're not winning nothing. You can forget that, man.
I said I want to see a better football team. What you're seeing is championship, boy. That's what you're seeing next year.
We're in one competition.
You're playing QPR at Loftus Road and you're going up to Middlesbrough. Yeah? That's where you're going. Yeah? So like and subscribe. Thank you for watching this transfer window video. Let us know if you want to see anything more similar. And we're gone.